Assalamu alaikum. Epistemology deals with how to acquire knowledge, and knowledge could be acquired via two ways. One is through your senses, the sense of touch, the sense of audition, the sense of this olfactory sense, which deals with the smell, the sense of taste, and obviously the sense for vision, the visual sensory data. So the sensory data comes from all these five senses, and we have a process of comprehension of this sensory data. The first process is labelizing the data. For example, if you are listening some sounds and you label it as some sound from a bird, so you might have this sound already being stored in your memory, and you can label that sound, maybe the sound of a sparrow or the sound of a crow. So this comprehension process starts with the labeling of that data, and the next process is obviously the storage of that data in your memory. And when you need to recognize this sound in some future time, what you will do, you just retrieve data from your memory storage. So reception of the sensory data on all these five senses, I just named them before, and then comprehension of that data, and then labeling that data before sending it to some storage is a process of knowing, process of getting knowledge, process of getting information. And that all comes from our environment. So environment has something to do with whatever we see, whatever we touch, whatever we listen, whatever we smell, and whatever we taste. From the point of view of epistemology, this whole phenomena is known as empiricism. So this is how empirical data comes to us. Empirical data means this sensory data I was talking about. But there's another way of knowing the world, and that is via application of logic and reasoning. So one type of or the form of getting knowledge is via our five senses, the sensory data, and I did explain the process of how you are receiving that data, how you are labeling it, how you are sending it to the memory, and whenever it is needed, you can retrieve that data from that memory storage. But the other way of getting knowledge is via reasoning, via application of logic. And logic has this thing, the rational, maybe join some pieces of your perception into some concepts and into some concept and construct, and using some rational, maybe you have some metaphysical sort of concepts, like for example justice. So to understand justice, and if you want to get some knowledge about justice, you need to apply logic to it. Like justice means equality, dealing with equally with each and everybody. Justice means giving the same amount of things to each and everybody. For example, same amount of, or same level of care, for example. So both these ways we gets knowledge from our surrounding, from our environment, and surrounding and environment means from the people. And obviously, like if there are people, so there are like the kind of experiences we have in the environment, so we can get knowledge from our own experiences. And there's another way, like see the people write down about their experiences, write down about like the knowledge they have gained via application of knowledge, application of logic, and they like maybe write down some book, they wrote some books, and they conducted some research. So while reading, and while even now the books are there in the audio form on internet, and like you could listen a book, you could read a book, so you can get knowledge uh, from that book, from some internet source, from some audio, some video. So, in a nutshell, like these are two ways. One is the empirical way, getting knowledge via senses, and that is technically a kind of an experiential knowledge. And the branch of like knowledge, or this phenomena is known as the empiricism. You could term it as empiricism, or because the data is empirical in its nature. And the other way of getting knowledge is via application of logic in the process of getting knowledge about things, about people, about situations, about certain scientific concepts and constructs, etc., etc. Thank you.